good afternoon. My name is Amanda and welcome to The Den Creative. Today's pick a card reading I'm calling It's Complicated, and what we're going to be figuring out is the truth about a confusing love connection in your life. So whether you are no contact, currently separated, fighting, just confused about where this person is coming from, then this reading is for you. So if you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy and focus in on piles number 1, 2, or 3. And once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also try to pin them as the top comment. So before we get started, I just wanted to remind you that these are general readings and not everything in every pile is going to resonate for you. So only take what resonates and don't try to force information that doesn't really resonate into your situation. So with that disclaimer aside, let's go ahead and give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, let's go ahead and find out the truth of this confusing connection. And because I don't look at these cards beforehand, I never know exactly how I'm going to lay them out, so it always takes me a hot minute, and that's why I tend to speed that process up so you don't have to watch me fumble around on this table. But let's just go ahead and get right into this. So we're going to start with the card you used to select your pile. And we have the Bitch Fire card. This card likes to come up a lot on my channel. So if you're someone who's been around a while, this card may be following you around. You may have seen this multiple times, but we're going to get into this. It says here, stand up for yourself. So some of you, as far as this connection goes, maybe you've let this other person run over the top of you, or you haven't really spoken your truth, or really even let this person know where you're coming from. I see that maybe a lot of you have been acting from this place of fear of losing this person, fear of them not liking you if they know the true you, or maybe you not really wanting to accept the true them with all the red flags that maybe they have put up, and you're trying to say, no, it's not really that, they're just misunderstood, it's complicated. I just heard it's complicated. But what I'm really being drawn over to here is this deception card. It says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. And that doesn't have to go to the extreme where this person is lying to you about everything, or you're lying to them about everything. This just could be either one of you or both of you just not telling the full truth, or not standing up for yourself, not really expressing how you feel about a situation, about the other person. And I'm almost feeling with this unrequited love card that one or the other of you just isn't as involved or invested in seeing this relationship work as the other. And because you're the one wanting information by watching this reading, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's the other person that may just have other stuff going on. Maybe they've got some health issues, or I just heard one of them's a player. So for someone here, this person was maybe playing you. I don't think that's for the largest number of you, but just for a handful of you, this person that you are wanting to know the truth of this connection, they have a couple, I just heard side chicks or side pieces where they are just wanting to play the field and they're not really wanting to settle down, which, really there's nothing wrong with that. But if they had led you with deception to believe that they were interested in a one-on-one intimate connection with you and only you and no one else, that's where the trouble is. But if this person, you openly already knew that they were kind of playing the field and not really wanting to commit, then, part of you should have let them know, I'm actually looking for someone to commit, and that may have saved a little bit of distress in this situation. But, okay, again, I don't want anyone to feel offended or, bad about what they've done, about what the other person's done. I don't want to offend anybody. So if this feels offensive to you, I don't want to call anyone out. I want to let you guys know what I'm seeing. So if there are certain aspects of this that just aren't jiving with you, that aren't fitting your situation, please remember this is a general reading. Lots of people's energies are flooding into this reading for me to evaluate. So if something doesn't resonate for you fully, please don't accept it, and just know that that part of this message was not for you. because we do have this reconciliation card here, and it says that someone from your past is returning to your life. So some of you, with this person you're asking about, have had maybe an on again, off again thing, or maybe it was years ago you connected with this person and then you went your separate ways and then you came back together. Or, I just see people, you fight, you get back together, you fight, you get back together, and maybe you're kind of in that cycle now where you're apart, and that's why you're asking, are we getting back together? And really what I'm getting for the most part, if you are asking, are we getting back together? I'm feeling that that's going to be a no. But hear me out. It's because you are playing small. You're not standing up for yourself. You're not realizing your worth, because with this number 1 card with Princess here, you can be your own knight. You don't need this person in your life to make you whole or complete or better in some way. You are amazing. And it's like, I just heard, when you can start realizing how amazing you are and what a catch you are, the right person will come along and snatch you right up and keep you forever. And not in like a psycho way, but like in a lovey-dovey, oh, I never want to let you go kind of way. So, but I think many of you, between this person you're asking about and perhaps a future relationship, I see a lot of work that you're doing on yourself, your belief systems surrounding love. Maybe you grew up in a home where you didn't really know what a healthy love relationship looked like. Maybe your parents were divorced, or you grew up in foster care, or just the circumstances weren't good for you to really know what true love was and what healthy love looked like. But then others of you that did grow up in a healthy home, a healthy, happy, parents together and all that, maybe just some of the relationships you've had in the past and the one you're currently asking about just weren't it for you. They weren't a perfect fit. And not that any relationship I feel anywhere is a perfect fit, but a better fit, a fit that you could deal with, a fit that you could feel yourself in and not feel like you have to hide parts of yourself or, just not give this person the full of who you truly are on that authentic, more soul, more spiritual level, because we have a number 7 here. And as you always hear on my channel, that's that very spiritual number. You guys want someone you can connect with on a soul level, on a physical level, emotional and mental level. You want all the bases covered. You don't just want to have a real physical attraction, which I feel most of this relationship you're asking about was really physical, maybe even mental. Maybe this person liked to play head games a lot, because these 3 cards here really, together they're just saying mind games. Like, I see this like neon sign, like mind games, like lit up in like a storefront window. But this is not to say that, everything's done, never date again. This is actually, with this number 1, this is giving me hope for you guys that there is something absolutely much better than what you're asking about here on the horizon. But in order to bridge the gap from where you are now to a better future with someone who really, and I mean really, values you and what you have to offer, and what, they really want to offer you something back. It's a give and a take. It's not just a give. Like, I feel you are the one giving to this person. I just saw that you would text them or message them and wish them to have a really good or happy day. And it'd be 4 days later and you'd seen that they had read your message but didn't get back to you. Something like that, where you're the one putting in so much effort, and then this person's just, it's like they'll put effort forward when they want something from you, just to, I just saw like this person like putting their hands up to their face, like, and batting their eyes like, oh, I'm so cute, do what I want. Like, this person is wearing a mask. They're trying to get things from you that they don't deserve it. They really don't deserve your time or your attention, if you ask me. But again, this is your life. This is what you're choosing to do. So if you want to reconcile with this person again, and a lot of this more negative stuff doesn't really sound like them, then I do see that a reconciliation is possible. But I'd say for the majority of you guys watching, you may reconcile with this person once again, but I don't see it lasting very long, because you're going to come to that, realization that you are, I won't say you're better than them, they're better than, I don't say anyone's better than anyone else, but it's just your vibration is higher. Your vibration is different than theirs. You're wanting more. you're wanting a stronger, a more spiritual connection than this person is willing to give you in this love relationship. So then we have the Claim Your Boundaries card, number 24. 2 plus 4 is 6, that number of unconditional love and motherly energy, nurturing. You may be the one, whether you're male or female, that's really nurturing this person, nurturing this relationship, trying to, love this person even though they are showing you darker aspects of themselves. And, we all have darker aspects. So it's not to say that this person is wrong or right for having these darker aspects. It's just that they're not really keeping your boundaries in mind when they exhibit these darker aspects. They're kind of more selfish, or even I see one person in particular that a certain someone is asking about that is a hardcore narcissist, and they can play you like a fiddle because I feel you are an empath, and they play you because they know they can get what they want from you. But then when they don't want to play with you anymore, it's like they put you in the drawer or a back burner, and then they're on to something better, in their terms, better. But really, no, you're the best they could probably ever do, and then some. But they do not value you. And it's once you start to value yourself, you're going to realize that you didn't need this person in your life at all. And eventually, years down the road, you're going to look back on this relationship or this person and just be like, you know what? I'm not going to say I wasted my time, but I'm glad that I didn't try to make it work even longer than I did, because I have something so much better now. And even just your time with this person can really help you appreciate a future spouse or a future partner, because this future person isn't going to be this way. Because we have the Destroyer card. You are going to be releasing what is potentially destructive, this person, and preparing for a new life, that number one, that new beginning. And you're just really, really gonna come to see the light of who this person really is with that Deception card, because as the shadow attributes of this card, intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. So it's like this person is a bit of a destroyer, and maybe not on like this extreme level where they're just an absolutely horrible person, but they destroy little pieces of your, psyche or your heart by the way they're acting. It's not that these pieces are destroyed and you can never get them back or whole again. That's not what I mean. But I just see like this heart, and it's like this person's got a chisel and a hammer, and they're just chipping away at it. And you deserve so much better than that. But because these boundaries, it's like once you claim these boundaries, this person can't get to you anymore. And it's almost like you just fizzle out of their awareness or their radar, and you can just move on to something better. Because you do have this Student card here. It says the light attributes: humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. So really what this is saying for me is this is a learning experience for you guys, especially if you're on the younger side. And I just heard someone's ghosting you. Like maybe they haven't been this, crazy, deceptive, dishonest, rude person that's been using you. Maybe it hasn't been that extreme for you, especially if you're young. Maybe this person's just kind of using you to kind of boost up their own ego when you're around. It makes them feel like, hey, yeah, I'm Mr. or Mrs. Thing, like they're big man or big woman on campus. I don't even know if that's still a saying that people say. It really wasn't even back in my day, but it just came to my head. So it's like this person is a learning experience for you to realize that you do deserve better. You can be your own knight. You don't need to, it's almost like I'm hearing you would rather, after this person, be single and, empowered in your own power than to be in a relationship where you feel like you can't stand up for yourself, where there are no boundaries, where there's deception and unrequited love, that you're the one giving and not getting anything back. Or it's almost like squeezing a rock to try to get a drop of water out of it. Like you have to work so hard to get this person to give you anything. That's what you're learning, is that you don't have to continue in this cycle. You can, with this new beginning, start a new cycle and really start, knowing your self-worth with this Princess card. But then with this Xana card here, it says you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. So I feel like the worst of whatever was going on in this relationship is behind you guys, and I think it's just the passion or the desire you had to be with this person. Even if right at the time of this, you're watching this, you're like, but I want this person, I'm in love with them, they're my twin flame. All the things that we say to try to justify keeping someone in our lives that maybe our subconscious mind knows just isn't a good fit. You're gonna come to realize that no, eventually your passion for this person, your desire to make this person yours again, or to make them love you as much as you love them, your passion and desire for that to happen is gonna start fizzling out, and you're gonna really start focusing on yourself and building yourself back up, your self-esteem, standing up for your beliefs, speaking your truth, claiming your boundaries, and just know that you are protected. Your guides and your angels are there to help you. And I just heard cord cutting, so maybe cutting the cords from this person is going to help. And when I say cord cutting, I don't mean cut the cords. There are plenty of cord cutting meditations on YouTube, but I like to say, instead of visualizing you cutting those cords or having Archangel Michael or one of your guides cut those cords, imagine you or your guides pulling those cords out of you by the roots. Because I like to say that if you cut a weed off at the dirt, you cut the dandelion off right at the grass or the dirt, the top's gone for a while and you think, okay, the weed is gone, but it grows back thicker and hardier than ever because those roots are still there. And most weeds, they call them weeds because usually they are invasive, so they just keep growing unless you can pull them out by the roots. So if you're gonna do any kind of cord cutting with this person, pull that cord or that energetic cord of attachment out by the roots, and I think that's when you're really gonna start to see your desire for this person fade or dwindle away. So I really do hope that resonated. If it didn't, please don't try to fit what we were talking about into the mold. Only take what resonated for you of this, because there are a couple of people watching this that it wasn't as bad as I was saying. With that reconciliation, maybe this person was just going through, like I said earlier, health issues or a rough time in their life. Maybe they had lost a parent or a grandparent and they were really grieving, and even though you were there for them and they knew that, they just kind of became distant. So for a couple of you, I don't feel like this reading was quite as extreme, but you will have to use your own discernment, your own intuition to know if you had kind of had some red flags come up, with this deception card. Please follow your intuition that those red flags were actually red flags. They weren't your imagination making it up, and trust yourself to let this person go or to keep this person if that's what your intuition's telling you to do. Because no matter what you choose to do, you are learning from this experience. So again, you guys, thanks for stopping by. Let me know below what you thought and if it resonated. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 2, let's go ahead and find out the truth about this confusing connection. Okay, group 2, so wow, this is really powerful, and this can really go 2 ways for me. So this is going to be a very split kind of reading. So more important than ever to only take what resonates for your situation and then leave the rest, because there are 2 kind of polar energies pouring in for you guys, the people who selected this pile. So we're going to go ahead and start right here with the card you used to select your cover. We have the Homeward card, and number 42, it says here, take yourself out on a date. And I think this is saying, this is the message for all of you that I want all of you to know, is that wherever this person is concerned that you're asking about, I think most of you, if not all of you, kind of lost yourself in this relationship or in this person. You just kind of let this person, you just wrapped your whole life around this person, and whether this person was, a good fit for you or not, that's where we kind of go like this. So take what resonates, but what this is saying for all of you is that you need to start putting yourself first. Take yourself out on a date, because we also have this card here that says love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So if you feel like you have lost yourself in this situation, for better or worse, maybe, think of just somebody who's so head over heels in love that they forget to hang out with their friends. They forget to call their mom. they forget to do anything that doesn't revolve around the person that they are, head over heels for. And that can include themselves. They may forget to take the best care of themselves. So that could be where you're sitting, where, this person may be, if they're in your life still, this is still saying, love yourself first, put yourself first, take yourself out on a date. With the Tower card here, unplug and relax for a spell. You've been going, been too busy trying to make this connection work. I think some of you, that you just need time for yourself, time to step away, time to do some self-care and relaxation. Maybe some yoga or meditation would really help you guys get back in touch with yourself and remembering why you are such an amazing person on the inside and on the outside. But with this calling in your soulmate card, this is again where we kind of split off. For about half of you, I'm seeing it as about a 50-50 split. So for about half of you, this is you finally releasing this person. I'll actually start here. So let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So either you were trying to control this relationship to make it everything you always dreamed of, or this other person was very controlling of you, and that's why you really lost yourself in this relationship. So this is where now that we really kind of go split off. Calling in your soulmate. So for half of you, you're going to realize when you really take yourself out on that date and start loving yourself, that you're going to realize this is not the person for you. You need to focus on yourself for a while and then maybe put yourself back out there for someone new. But then others of you, it says calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Especially if you are still together with this person. This is just saying that, you praying that this relationship will change for the better. You visualizing you both of you together and making a life together is really going to help solidify and strengthen your relationship together. But, so that's saying half of you are going to be called to leave and find a new soulmate down the line. And then the other half of you are going to be called to strengthen the bond that you have with this person. So this is where your discernment comes in. Which one of those tracks are you on? Because that's going to affect the rest of the reading for you. Okay, so then we have call on your angels. And I love that this card came up because this is just a reminder we could all use in every aspect of life on any given day, that our guides and our angels are always with us and they can help us all the time, but they can't intervene or interfere with our free will. So they will need you to ask them for help. And especially if you can get specific, ask them for help with your relationship. How can I let go of control issues, either this person's control issues or my control issues? How can I call in my soulmate? Help me call in my soulmate. Help me release these control issues. Help me to love myself first and put myself, on a pedestal again. Because I feel many of you just don't see your worth. Much like group 1, you guys aren't really seeing your worth because either this person has made you think maybe you're not as worthy, because maybe they, especially if there's someone who's, really not wanting to commit, but you're like all in. Like I just see you pushing all your chips onto the table, like I'm all in. And maybe this other person isn't. But then for that other half of you, you guys are both in it, but there's just other issues going on in your personal lives, apart from the relationship, that may be affecting what's going on in the relationship. And for some of you, that could be energies of past relationships leaking into your relationship with this person. And that could be either on your end or their end. Maybe they have an ex that won't stop calling, or maybe you just can see negative things from an ex that you've kind of brought into this relationship, and you're kind of starting to wonder, like say if your ex had cheated on you, now you're wondering, is this person cheating on me? And that may be where the control issues are coming in, where you're wanting to see their phone, you're wanting to read their texts, their emails, their, just not trusting them when they say they are somewhere and who they're with. And that could go both ways. Maybe this person's ex was the cheater and now they are wanting to see your phone all the time. Again, many energies coming in, so you'll have to piece this together in the way that fits your scenario. And if this doesn't fit your scenario, again, don't try to morph this into your situation. If it doesn't resonate, let it go. Okay, so we have And this is where I really saw that there were those two distinct paths, because we have the healer card here. Passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. That's one road where you are transforming the pain, letting go of the past, either past relationships or past traumas or things you've experienced within this relationship you're asking about, and using the past to really heal and repair that mind, body, soul, and spirit part of the relationship. You are healing the relationship and making it what you always knew it could be. But then for that other path of you that are probably eventually going to be leaving this person you're asking about, or just moving on from this person if you're already separated, we have the Exorcist card, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. And I amend this by saying, or people, destructive people who want to control too much of what you're doing, or people who make you think that you aren't lovable, people who think that you aren't good enough. And I think that's like the crux of this thing for you guys. Whether you're really excited to continue with this person or you're deciding, should I move on, whichever end of those paths you're on, you're gonna be learning, and it's imperative. Like, it's so important. It's like, you have to do this. Like, it's no way around it. You have to start treating yourself right and loving yourself and doing things you enjoy to make you happy. You need to make yourself happy before you can try to make someone else happy, because happiness is an inside job. This other person changing and, crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's, doing everything you could have ever wanted is still not going to make you happy in this relationship if you aren't happy as a single individual person. I hope that makes sense. So then here we have the Layla card. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. So we've got two cards both saying call on your angels or ask your angels for help or to help you have that positivity. And then we also have two cards that are saying spend time alone in nature or meditation, in relaxation. These two cards really say the same things, and then this also talks about calling on angels for help. So no matter what you got out of this reading, if you only get one thing and take one thing away, it's to start treating treat yourself. Treat yourself to a beautiful cup of coffee, a bouquet of flowers. You don't have to wait for this person to do these beautiful things for you. Start dating yourself. Start treating yourself like the, queen or king that you are on the inside, on that soul level. We got a cup of coffee here, we got a cup of tea here. This is all about comfort and finding what brings you joy and what makes you happy and what makes you feel calm and relaxed, because I feel like the energy coming in from both spectrums, both paths, was kind of frenetic. Like, you've been so busy, you've been grinding, you've been trying to make this relationship work, or you've been really busy at work, or you've been really busy trying to arrange things around your home, or moving, or just, all the things that are going on in the world, just trying to make it to the next day, to the next day, to the next day. And this is kind of like a big, I just heard wake-up call for you to just take a breath, take a step back, and really understand that you are important, that you need to start treating yourself better for your own good, for your own health. Because if you keep going on the path you're on to just not really focusing on your inner self and your spiritual side and your health, that things are going to decline in your health. And I know there aren't any specific health cards here, but just calling for that time alone, time meditating, unplugging and relaxing. Because, like any cell phone or thing that takes batteries, you can run that thing until it's completely drained and then it dies. And I'm not saying you guys are going to die, but your batteries really need some recharging is really what I'm trying to say. Because we can't pour from that empty cup. We can't turn on a cell phone whose battery is completely drained. We need time to get on that charger and recharge. And for some of you, you're staying up nights trying to talk to this person or text this person. And this is just saying you need to take your nights back. You need to just get to bed at a decent time. Make sure you're getting, 7 to 9. I think some of you may even be needing for a while 9 hours of sleep at night, because you've run yourself so ragged, and you need that healing in your life. You need to be able to heal yourself and your life before you can make anything else work, any other relationship in your life. Because if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, you are the common denominator between all other relationships you have with other people. So if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, you add another person, it's still not going to be good. Add another person, it's still not going to be great. Add another person, it's still not going to be great. So making sure you put your relationship with yourself as a priority is only going to strengthen your relationship with a significant other, a mother, a friend, an aunt, a child, a whatever. Any relationship you can think of, insert here, because the better you can be in that good relationship with yourself, you can be there and show up for people in a much better way in a relationship with someone else. So I really do hope that at least one of those paths resonated for you. And again, if it didn't, don't try to fit that square peg in the round hole to make this reading work for you. If it didn't resonate, if it didn't work, if there were just certain things about it that didn't hit your, marks on your list, don't try to fit them on there. They just maybe weren't messages for you. But I would love to hear from you guys below, so let me know if this resonated and what you thought. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. Alright, bye! Alright, group number 3, so let's go ahead and find out the truth about this confusing connection. Okay, group 3, so this gives me quite a big sigh of relief compared to the other 2 piles. I feel like I finally have some good news. So let's just go ahead and get right into this. We're going to start with the card you used to select your pile here. We have the number 14 Thorns card, and it says, weave together the crown you deserve. So much like the underlying theme of group 2, you guys are needing to kind of put yourself first for a while, or just start to realize your self-worth and start to realize that you deserve love. You deserve to have all the good things in life. You deserve to have a loving partner, someone who you can trust and love and count on, is really what I'm hearing. And a lot of this is going to start with you just remembering who you are and treating yourself to, just like group 2, taking yourself out on a date, or just remembering that beauty within you and out on the outside as well. Because we have the number 5 here, 1 + 4 = 5. There are changes coming both to your appearance or just the way you operate in the world. You're just wanting to change things up. I see someone wanting to cut their hair or dye their hair or just change their appearance. Maybe you're buying more beauty products to use, and maybe you're wanting to just look prettier. Buy new clothing or consignment clothing just to update your wardrobe. I feel like you're revitalizing yourself first and foremost. And as a result of that, this issue or the issues that you're having with this person you're asking about, it's almost like they will resolve on their own. When you can start, healing what's going on within you, you'll start seeing those benefits out in the world and in your relationships. And you also have this number 8 card, wings. You never needed those wings to fly. So it's almost like many of you guys are realizing that, this relationship that you are asking about doesn't have to be the end-all, be-all of who you are. You're going to start realizing you are your own true, amazing, authentic self, both in this relationship and as a single person in the world. So you guys have been going through a lot, I feel, in this relationship, but most of you, if not all of you, you know that this relationship is meant to be. You know that this person is meant to be in your life, and you want them to continue or remain in your life. So whether you're still with them or you're separated currently, because we do have the separation card, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Maybe you guys are gonna call it kind of a truce for a while and go your separate ways, but I do see you coming back together if that's the case. Or maybe in the past you had kind of gotten together, separated, gotten together, separated. But I think a lot of this has to do, like the main reason things haven't worked 100% for you guys to this point is because you both have family issues that need healing. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So much like I think it was group number 1, where maybe you grew up in a home where you didn't see what a loving relationship looked like, so you don't know how to be in a loving relationship, because you didn't have that perfect example. Or I won't say perfect example. I don't think couple out there is a perfect example of love, because no one's perfect and we all make mistakes, both in our personal lives and in relationships. But you didn't have a great example growing up of what a perfect love or a really good love looks like. Maybe you had even this fairy tale version of, okay, my love life is going to be perfect and things are going to work out. But that's not realistic either, because, I keep saying the word perfect because I feel like your expectations are so high with this person and with this relationship that it's just, expect the best here. You expect the best from this person and they expect the best from you. But a lot of times when we put an expectation on something, we're always disappointed because, a lot of times our expectations are near perfection, where, we're operating down here. We're really missing the mark if you look at the different wavelengths. So expect positive outcomes, expect good things, but still, if things don't work out 100% to the way you envisioned them, don't beat yourself up, don't beat the other person up, because I see as you heal from those issues of your childhood, or, maybe toxic relationships you had with your parents, or other earlier relationships you had with other people, partnerships with like a high school boyfriend or girlfriend, or someone you loved when you were young, just kind of really messed you up in a way that you just didn't think you were deserving of love, and you kind of drag that into this relationship, and it has caused issues where you don't feel your own self-worth, and it's really hard for this person to get past those barriers that you've put around your heart for fear of not wanting to get hurt again. And it's like this person really does want to get past those barriers to your heart and really love you the way you're meant to be loved, because we do have this could be the one here. You've already met the romantic partner you seek, so this person you're with, or separated from, whichever your dynamic is here, the person you're asking about, this could be a soulmate, this could be a twin flame. And I just heard someone thought that this person was a twin flame, and then you kind of flip-flopped and thought, okay, no, they were a false twin, and now you're kind of realizing, yes, maybe they are a twin flame. So you've kind of flipped and flopped on twin flame, not twin flame, twin flame, not twin flame. But at the very least, this person you're asking about is a soulmate. They are in your soul family. You guys came to Earth together at this time to learn lessons from each other. Whether you guys decide to stay together forever and ever, or you decide to separate and remain separated, either way, this person and you are like old pals on the other side. Beyond the veil, you guys are soul family. You guys help each other. You guys incarnate often together to play parent-child relationship, or lovers, or even siblings. I see many past lives. You've had many past lives with this person, and that's why some of this healing family issues could be from past lives coming in when you guys were family members and not lovers, that are kind of affecting the routine or the dynamic of the relationship now. And as you heal these issues, you're going to heal this relationship, and things are going to be much better, because it says here with the Rochelle card, as you honor and follow guidance from your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. So as you honor and follow your intuition, your gut, your heart, open your heart. As you open, remember what I said about that person wanting to get around the barriers you've put around your heart. When you can start dissolving those barriers and allowing this person to come in, and even vice versa, once this person allows you to come in, because I do see it the other way for some of you, where you're the one that's open-hearted, you're very vulnerable, but the person you're asking about has those walls around their heart, and they are not very vulnerable. But I see like this wax here in my candle around the sides here is melting. I see those barriers, whether yours or theirs or both of yours. Some dynamics, both of you may have barriers around your heart. but I do see those barriers, that wax or those barriers just melting away. And eventually, you guys, I see those hearts just uniting as one, and just it's such a happy and good feeling. And as you follow your heart, prosperity is coming. So if you two decide to build a life together, or if you've already built a life together, it's a prosperous life. You're taken care of. You know, the hard work that you put in, you're seeing results of, both in the relationship and at your job or at work, or your partner, whoever you're asking about's work. They are very prosperous people, but the more you two can get alignment with that heart chakra and have that heart chakra vibrating and wide open and just operating from a place of love is really what I'm hearing. That's when prosperity is really going to come to both of your lives, especially if you guys remain together. It's like you guys can go anywhere and do anything, because you guys have this Lover card. It says the light attributes: great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. So yes, you guys are very attracted to each other. You guys love each other more than just as romantic partners. Like you have this sense of unconditional love for this person that you don't have for everybody. It's a love that you could just forgive almost anything this person has done or will do, because you just love them so much. And that's coming from that soul aspect of yourself. That higher self knows that this person is a perfect fractal of God on the other side. But when you're incarnated, of course, perfection just does not exist in the 3D world. But with this God card here, it says the light attributes: benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. And I just heard the word namaste. The divine in me bows down to the divine in you, or that's kind of a loose interpretation of the word namaste. But it's like you guys know that you're connected more than just on a physical, emotional, or mental level. You guys are connected on a soul level. And when you can really understand that anything that's gone wrong in your family, or your past, or their family, or in the relationship together, it's all been serving a purpose. It's been serving to help you learn things that your soul incarnated to learn and experience in this lifetime. And when you can even if this person has done you wrong in some way, or you've done them wrong in some way, forgiveness is going to go a long way for you guys. And, if this person is really doing you wrong and not committing to you, and, there will be a couple of people watching this that will eventually let this person go. But the majority of you guys, it's like I feel both of your energies, you and the person you're asking about. You're in this for the long haul, and you want the best to come from this situation. But we've got this magnet here, this horseshoe-shaped magnet with a positive and a negative charge, and there's a gift between it. So it's like opposites attract is what I'm hearing. So maybe the two of you are very opposite personality types, or you just kind of do things differently than each other rather than more similar. But this is saying that oppositeness that you two bring together is actually a really good thing. Where in other relationships it may not be very good, but it's really good in helping each of you see from the other person's point of view. And when I hear that, I'm seeing that both of you and this other person you're asking about, are both empathic people, or empaths, people who can, feel the pain of others, people who can picture themselves in someone else's shoes to be able to, come to an agreement or to bridge the gap of divide. So if you had a falling out or a fight of some sort, or just, getting mixed signals from this person, I don't think it's intentional on either of your parts. It's just, past family stuff kind of invading, or just not feeling like you or this other person, you both kind of feel like you don't deserve love, you don't deserve a great partner. But as you dissolve those belief systems, and as you dissolve those, things around your heart to allow more vulnerability and allow more love, you're really going to start seeing the benefits of those things play out in your personal life and in your relationship with this person. And I'll go so far as to say even in relationship with your parents, because these are family issues, maybe long held ancestral issues in the love and coupling department in your family or the person you're asking about's family. So I think that's all I'm seeing for you guys, but if this didn't resonate, please don't try to fit this information into a mold that just isn't for you. If it doesn't resonate, just let it go. But if it did resonate, you'll have to let me know below, you guys, what you thought. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you right here back at the Done Creative. All right, bye.